Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara Savage, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make a basic shorts pattern. Now guys, this pattern has helped me make amazing shirts. Like, I used it to make this amazing pleated shirts and it turned out fabulous. And without further ado, let's get our intro in and do what? Stitch up. So for this tutorial, we'll be needing our pattern paper, scissors, measuring tape, pen, guys, basically everything you need to make this pattern, quilting ruler, curved ruler, every single thing. Bring it out right now and let's get started. So guys, the first thing we're going to do is measure our waist to our crotch line. So your waist to your crotch depth, in my case that's 10 inches. And then you're going to measure the length of however long you want your shorts or pants to be. So it's going to be that measurement you're going to measure next, and then you're going to use your ruler to mark that horizontal measurement and label it accordingly. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the waistline. So that's the first line right there, and then we're going to measure our hip measurement divided by 4. So do you get your hip circumference divided by 4? That's what you're going to measure on that waistline, and then you're going to measure this same measurement on the crotch line. Next up, we're going to measure our hip line. Now there's a formula to get it. So we're going to measure our hip circumference divided by 4. Mine is 36 inches divided by 4. That gives me 9 inches. Then I'm going to divide that 9 inches again by 4, which gives me 2.25 inches. So I'm going to go up from the crotch line. So from that 10-inch crotch line, I'm going to go up by 2.25 inch, and that's where I'm going to mark as my hip measurements. So do you guys get? Go up and mark that as your hip line. Now after doing this, you're going to use that same 2.25 inches to measure your crotch extension. So the crotch extension for this front part is going to be 2.25 inches. And then you're going to go outwards diagonally by 1 inch. So just like I'm doing right here, go out by 1 inch and then use it to form your crotch curve. The Christmas tree's on fire. Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got gifts but 1 subscribers. Thanks for the can. Now guys, after doing this, you're going to now measure your waist measurement from the crotch side. So from that crotch side, you're going to measure your waist measurement divided by 4 and then mark it right there. Then add 1 inch to it. So your waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for your dart allowance. You're going to now mark what you have right there. Then you're now going to use your curved ruler to connect it from that waistline to the hip line. So just like I'm doing right here, you're going to connect it down to your hip line. Now again, if you want to have a band on your pants or shorts, you're going to have to make room for it. So you don't want a high-waisted shirt, except you want a high-waisted shirt basically. So if you don't want a high-waisted shirt, you're going to mark that measurement on your shorts pattern. So for me, I want probably like 1.5 inch band or 2 inches. So I'm going to minus that 2 inches or 1.5 inch from this pattern right here, from the waistline to wherever it stops. So I'm going to use my ruler to mark it right there and just rule a line right there so that it can demarcate it for me. And now we're going to now work on our dart. So you're going to divide this new line by 2, mark it right there, and then go down by 3 inches. Then rule a line right there. So on the 2 sides of this mark that we made, the middle line, you're going to now go out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. So on the left and on the right, you're going out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And just like we always do our darts, you're going to mark it so that it looks like a V. So next we're going to work on our thigh. So our thigh line is usually 2.5 inches from the crotch line. So I'm going to use 2.5 inches from my crotch line and I'm going to mark that line right there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is connect the crotch line to the hem. So now if you want a tapered looking shirt or pants, you can now slant it instead of, making it this straight. So you can easily just slant yours.
The Christmas tree's on fire, Santa's holding the lighter, my parents are both liars, I got gifts but one subscriber.
So now that you're done cutting your pattern piece, you're now going to put it on fresh pattern paper. So in my case, I decided to not cut out that band side because I might decide to just make a shirt that is going to have like everything is going to be together. So I don't want to like lose that part of my pattern. So I'm just going to fold it in and place it on this fresh pattern paper. So guys, the first thing we're going to do for the back is that we're going to mark 2 inches from that crotch extension. So mark 2 inches right there. And then from that point, go down by 0.5 inch. So go down by ½ inch and then mark that point right there. Then on this diagonal part, you're going to now go out by 1.5 inches. Remember, we went out by 1 inch the other time. We're going out by 1.5 inches this time. And then we'll come back to all these points. So guys, from the dart line, so that's the one in the middle of the V, you're going to measure from there to the end of the waistline that we have on the front part. So you're going to measure it right there and divide what you have by 2. When you measure it and divide it, you're now going to mark that point and go up by 1.5 inch or 2 inches from that part. So if you are a larger size, go up by 2 inches, but if you're a smaller size, go up by 1.5 inches. And then I'm just going to extend that waistline right there. Now you're going to take your measuring tape, divide your waist circumference by 4 inches, add your 1 inch dart allowance, and then mark what you have right there. So can you guys see what I'm doing? Just mark what you have right there and then use your ruler to make that slant.
When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy, couldn't wait for the presents and laughter.
And now it's time to connect all our points together. So from that point that we just made right now, you're going to connect it using your curved ruler down to the tie line side. So that's what you're going to use to, create that curve.
I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy.
And then we're now going to connect this waist point down to that 1.5 inch diagonal points that we made, down to that 0.5 inch that we made downwards. So you're going to just connect it the way I'm doing it right here. So it's always better to start from the point that is at the bottom and make your way up. Basically just make your way up to the waistline. Then I'm now going to use my front pattern to know where I'm going to slant my hem to, basically. So from the crotch extension to the hem, I want to know where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to measure it right there and then make my slant right there.
I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever.
And now it's time to work on my dart. So I'm going to measure what I have on the waistline, divide it by 2, and then mark that ½ inch and ½ inch on the left and right and make my V from there. Now for the front, we had a 3 inches length dart, but with this we're going to mark 4 inches down from there, and that's what we're going to be using for our dart for the back. The back is 4 inches and the front is 3 inches. So that's the difference between the back and the front dart.
Thanks for the candy basket. Oh God, another jacket. My stocking's filled with acid.
And then once you're done, just cut everything out and add your seam allowances. So if you want 1 inch seam allowance, ½ inch seam allowance, just add everything. So now with this, remember I have my band piece on the front, so I want to add it to this as well. So I'm going to add that 1.5 inch that I left, basically. So I'm adding it right here so that I won't have any problem with my pattern at all. So if I don't need it, I would fold it in. If I need it, I'm going to flip it back up and just use it right there. So guys, now that we're done with the shorts pattern, we're going to work on the fly zipper. So for the fly zipper, you're just going to need your zipper, your pen, your pattern paper, and your scissors. Now guys, if you want to use your zipper as your length measurement, basically you can just measure your zipper measurement, so from the top to the bottom, or you're going to take your pattern piece, your shorts pattern, pants pattern, and then you're going to measure from the top where you want to start your waistline from to where you know would be very comfortable for you on before your crotch basically. So mine was 7 inches, so when I measured it, it gave me 7 inches, and that's what I used right here. So that's 7 inches. You're going to mark 7.5 inches because you don't want to get short of fabric when you're finally sewing it on your main fabric. Then measure 4 inches horizontally and then 2 inches after that. Once that is done, just use a ruler to square everything out. So just the way I'm doing it right here, square everything out. Now this last line right here, I'm not using it, it was a mistake, so just measure it like this. So 4 inches and 2 inches with your 7.5 inches vertical line. So that's what you're going to have. Now we're going to name it A and B. Now on the B's bottom right, you're going to go up by 1 inch and then use a curved ruler to like just cover it, or you can use your free hands to cover it. So you're going to cover it down to the hem right there. And once that is done, your A piece, when you're cutting it on your fabric, you're cutting only 1 piece, but the B, you're going to be cutting 2 pieces. So just cut out your pattern right there, and this is what it looks like. Very easy, very easy. It's not hard at all, but probably when we are sewing it, you have to like be really focused when you're watching it, so you don't make any mistake basically. So this is what the fly zipper looks like. And guys, that's all I have for this particular pattern making video. Please subscribe to the channel. We're growing on this channel and we're growing amazingly. I appreciate every one of you that are subscribed on the channel. Please share the video as well. Comment in the comment section. What questions do you have? What else would you like me to make? I would be willing to like really work with your ideas. I have so many things in store. Like thinking about it just makes me so happy, and I'm ready to like just pour it out. I've been editing. I've been working on those videos, and I'm ready to just drop them. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe and like the video. Until my next video, do have yourself a wonderful morning, noon or night, wherever you are. It's still your favorite content creator and fashion entrepreneur, Lara Savage, signing out.